What's up, guys? We got a little snarks right here. Come here, let me glorch you. Come here, little glurch. Come here, baby boy. Ooh. I didn't see the little nurch. Nah. Let me just hit you with this combo real quick. Real quick, bro. Let me grab you. Come on, baby. Okay. Ninja got flirched. Little nigga. Come on, Benji. Give me anything you got, bro. Give me anything you got, Ninja. Come on, bro. Quit fronting. Hey, bro. I'm about to get you, bro. Have a fireball, Ninja. Have a fireball. Yeah. Oh, he got me with that. That was a trick shot. Hadouken. Come here, bro. Oh no! Nah, roll, baby. Give me the roll. Come on, dude. Quit hitting me, bro. Look, he's abusing me. This is abuse. Nah, you ninjas about to get flirted. Roll, baby. Come on, do it for me. Oh, bro, he timed that. Yo, he got no meter though. Look at this dude. He about to get it, bro. You about to. Oh my. Oh, he about to get the round, bro. Oh, Ninja.
Final round.
Bro, he's like, I'm not letting you win. Come here, roll, baby. Give me the roll. Have a fireball. How about that? Huh? Have a fireball, huh? You wanna play this game? Play this game with me, bro. What you gonna do? Do the roll? Come on, baby, roll. He abusing me again, bro. No, I was trying to show where you can. I'll take it. Oh my God! Bro, he's gonna get the match. Oh my God! I didn't get him. Punish him, baby. Do the roll. You know you want to, bro. He wanted to do it, bro. He wanted to. You can. I had to give it to him, bro. I had to do it. I had to give Broski, I had to give him the heat in an inch. Hey, bro, he was keeping me back though. He was keeping me out. He was abusing me, bro. Nah, you know what? Nah, he gonna have to pay back. He gonna have to. Yo, bro, it's payback time, bro. Because he was abusing me. You guys saw that. He kept hitting that low medium. What is that? Low medium? Stook. What's up, baby? What you got? Do the roll, baby. This ninja need to learn. Oh my goodness. Oh, why you gotta smack me like that? You trying to abuse me again, bro? Come here, bro. Come here, bro. Oh, he's cheating now. Hadouken. Do the roll. Hadouken. Tatsumaki Sankukiaku. Dude crumbled like a cracker. Dude crumbled like a chocolate chip cookie. Got flirched. Come here, baby. What you got? Oh my God, how did that miss, bro? Do the roll, do the roll. Quit playing with your boy. Quit playing with your... Oh! 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 I was about to grab him. Uh-huh. Hadouken. What's up, baby? Oh! Oh, he's in a roll. Oh my God, what are you doing, bro? Oh. Yo, bro, he got no meter again. What's he trying to do here? Uh-huh. Hello. Hello. Uh-huh. Hadouken. Oh. Hadouken. Bro, I had to put him away. He had to be put away, bro.
You win.
It is what it is. That's how the chocolate chip cookie crumbles. You know what I mean? Hey, he had me sweating for a minute, though. I ain't gonna lie. Had me sweating for a minute. Damn. Whew. Sheesh. Like an inch. All right, let's continue. Yo, did any of you guys watch the Sonic 3 movie? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I liked it. I didn't love it. You know, I feel like, God, some of the things just really bothered me. Like, I think the movie was a little too long. Still a good movie, like I said. It's a great movie. But, yeah, it's a little too long. And there's some scenes I think don't need to be in there. And why did they have to kill Eggman in the end? Like, why did they have to do that? I know Jim Carrey's, you know, he's retiring the role. But dude, we got in the post-credit scene, we got Metal Sonic. And Metal Sonic was a creation of Robotnik, if I'm not mistaken, right? Eggman made him. He created these. You know what I really like about Eggman over the years, over all these different game releases, is all these different Sonic games, is that Eggman, it was comedic, right? Because Eggman was always trying to come up with the next contraption, the next robot, the next creation to stop Sonic. And it was like, oh, with this creation. And he was always trying to come up with the next way to beat Sonic. And Sonic almost effortlessly always beat Eggman's creations, his robots. He always found their weakness, their flaws, or they could not overpower Sonic's abilities. So I always thought that was comedic. I don't think we got enough of that. Like in the first movie, he was flying in this like jet-looking thing. I think it wasn't a jet plane. I haven't seen it in a while. I think I only seen that movie once. But he comes in like in a fighter jet type of thing. And yeah, like they should have shown more of that. You guys remember like the classic Sonic, right? The trilogy, the classic trilogy that was on the, I believe, the Sega Genesis, right? It's like every level, every stage, you had to have, there was a mini boss fight with Eggman, and he always had a new robot, or it was like a new robot, and he was trying to defeat Sonic, and he never could. I feel like we didn't get enough of that, but in this movie, Sonic 3, man, there was a lot of good stuff. I think Idris Elba, is it Idris Elba? I don't know how you pronounce his name. Idris Elba? I think it's Idris, but hey, maybe wrong. But I'm going to say Idris Elba plays a great Knuckles. And then Keanu Reeves as Shadow. Oh my God, he just hits the lines, the tone, everything. Perfect. It's perfect. And I just saw the voice actors on the red carpet. I guess it was a red carpet. And the guy that voices Sonic, he looks like a real dweeb. But he's got the classic Sonic, voice to him, so he's pulling that off. I think Sonic does great. Tails in the movie was annoying. I know it's a woman that voices Tails, but my God, just so annoying. Like Sonic and Hedgehog are having a somewhat teenager-esque conversation throughout the movie, but Tails always brings it down to like a Dora the Explorer age type of conversation. Sonic, you shouldn't. And he's just so annoying. Like, bro, shut up. I don't know. I think Tails was like really annoying. But But yeah, the cast was great, and Jim Carrey just did a great job. I love his scenes, although I think that for me, honestly, like I love Jim Carrey. I loved him in The Truman Show, in Bruce Almighty, in The Mask, these classic roles. I was not a big fan of Ace Ventura, but I did watch it and I did enjoy it. The couple movies that he made, I forget that there was like 2, maybe 3. He was great, but he was great, but it seemed like in this Sonic 3 movie, Jim Carrey was like, his lines were a little too, just the jokes didn't land for me. I don't know. I to be honest, the theater I was in, like I didn't hear, I rarely heard people laugh, and when they did, I was laughing because it was genuinely funny. But it seems like Jim Carrey was throwing jokes out in his lines. There's a lot of jokes, you know, or funny little quips, and they don't always land for me. You know, like when he meets his grandfather, right? It's supposed to be like Robotnik's grandfather. He goes Grandpappy, and then he uses different names to call him grandfather. Like at one point, he called him Pop-Tart or something like that. That was kind of funny. But there were so many times where he uses like this Pop-Tart, you know, Grandpappy, oh, you're my pappy. And he like these, I don't know, it just wasn't really that funny. I know it was meant to be funny, but it really wasn't funny. They should have caught that during like the initial screening of the movie. They should have been like, hey, you know what, these jokes are not really funny. Maybe we could edit some of them out or change the lines or something. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. The fact that they killed Eggman off at the end of the movie, and that Jim Carrey's lines were just a little too quippy, a little too silly. And I mean, I understand that that's his acting, you know, kind of quirk, but I was a little disappointed with Sonic 3 when I walked out. I walked in there thinking this is going to be a 9 out of 10. They're going to knock it out of the park. The first one was, it was okay. Also had its flaws. The second one, to be honest, I did not finish watching the second one. The CGI really took me out. Knuckles and the scenes and the lines just took me out. I could not finish watching the movie. I was enjoying it, but I couldn't finish watching it. You know, I was like, I'll come back to it. That's what I was thinking. Like, you know what? I'll watch the rest of it some other time. And I never did. I never went back and watched the rest of it. So I figured by Sonic 3, they would have already figured it out. But I don't know. It seems like they were so close to nailing it. Now, the action scenes in Sonic 3, almost perfect. I mean, the fight scenes, the kicks, the punches, the everything, the visuals, the angles, were very, very accurate to the video games, and I really do appreciate that. That was probably the best part of the movie, is how accurate to the games the fight scenes are, the running, all that stuff. Super cool to watch. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. I walked out of the theater like this is really like a 7 out of 10 movie. Because of all the, you know, it's so long. It felt longer than it should have. And then so many scenes could have been cut out. And sometimes I feel like Sonic needs to be a little different. Like they haven't exactly quite nailed it, I think. They haven't exactly quite nailed it. But anyways, yeah. And if you guys do not go watch Mufasa, because it's a disgrace what Disney's doing with all of their properties. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I hear friends of mine and other people, they say, family members, and they're all saying Star Wars is ruined now. Disney is doing, you know, this whole DEI thing, and they're just ruining every property that they have at this point. You know, you got Snow White. First we had, we can go back several, movies or several products, but let's go back just to The Little Mermaid, right? Now she's a different skin color, different race. The hair throws me out. Like, why couldn't they just remake as close to the original as possible? I don't get it. Why is Disney? From what I understand, is BlackRock and Vanguard and I guess other companies are throwing money at Disney so they can push this DEI agenda. And I understand that. I'm trying to understand what is their end goal. I really don't get it. I think I think there is a what is a word? I think they're using underhanded tactics to get to their end goal. I think their end goal is not for us to accept everybody and accept everyone for who they are. And trust me, I don't believe that any company with that amount of money has their primary end goal as have everyone love each other and accept each other. This goes deeper than that. This goes deeper. Their end goal is a completely twisted end goal that nobody sees. I think that's what it is. It's a veiled end goal, but they disguise it. The veil itself is this inclusion, DEI, acceptance. Oh, we gotta love each other. No matter how big we are, even though I completely despise the whole, obesity positivity movement. Like, that should not even exist. When I was growing up, there was a lot of fat people, of course, and nobody. I mean, some of us would make fun of those people, but for the most part, we'd accept these people. We don't reject them. We don't treat them any differently than we do anybody else. We give out this. Most of us give out the same amount of respect that a skinny person would get versus an obese person, and also versus a normal person. Like, the treatment that we'd give out for different kinds of people was always the same. So I don't understand. That's the reason why I believe that this whole push, and by the way, this whole push of DEI and acceptance and obesity positivity, whatever they call it, has it really made things better? I don't think it has. I think it's made things worse. It's kind of like, if you guys, this is a crazy thing. Think about this. Remember, first let's talk about racial issues, right? Now, racial issues are more prevalent. I wouldn't say more prevalent, but racial differences are more pronounced now than ever before, I feel like, in my opinion. And I don't know if it's because of the internet, although I believe that's a factor. But considering that the internet is supposed to increase the speed at which information is exchanged, but if you go back and watch movies, TV shows from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, it was like, if there was a black person in the room and a white person in the room, nobody would bat an eye. There would be an Asian person, a black person, a white person, and a Hispanic person. And they would just play their roles and nobody would bat an eye. Nobody would have a second thought. We just enjoy the TV show. Or hey, if it was the Bill Cosby show and they're all black, who cares? We would watch it. I don't care if I'm Hispanic or white or anything else, or Asian or whatever. I would watch the show because I know a lot of people, of different ethnic backgrounds would watch these shows, and it didn't matter if it was Full House and they're all white, or Bill Cosby and they're all black, or if it was a mixed, bag where you have white, black, and every other race. We would still watch these shows because they were entertaining, and race was like at the back end of our mind. It would not even cross. We had no conscious thoughts of like, hey, that's a black person and this is a white person. And now it seems that that's all we talk about. So has this DEI push really actually improved upon human relations or interpersonal relations, whatever you want to call it? Has it really improved the situation? I believe, to me, it seems there are more racists out today. Like, there's more racists today than there was back in the day, back in the 80s, 90s. I grew up in the 90s. I mean, it feels like there's more. It just seems like there's more racism now. There's more racists now than there ever was before. It's kind of mind-blowing to watch shows or movies from the 80s and 90s, and there was like Lethal Weapon and movies like Lethal Weapon. There was so many other TV shows where there was like black people and white people and all the races, and nobody it was never a topic. Like, hey, he's black. It was never a topic. There were just TV shows and people were different. Yeah, get over it. Now it's all we talk about. It's all people talk about. People go to the restaurant and say, oh, I was mistreated because I was white or I was X race or whatever. And it's all people talk about. So this DEI agenda is disguised as a good thing, but in reality, it's dividing us more. Because it's all people talk about. It's all people think about. Because if it's all that you see in the media, If it's all that you see in or you hear celebrities, that's the worst. That's the worst of it. It's like this Rachel Zegler woman that was going to portray Snow White in the new upcoming live action Snow White movie, which, by the way, is going to be a total train wreck. And I think that you guys already know that. But like, she came out as an activist. She's supposed to be an actress. And that's another thing, by the way. Why do women refuse to say actress now? My God, when I grew up, women were actresses and men were actors. That's the way it was. It's like women today try so hard to be men or be better than men, but be like men. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like it's a mic. It's the biggest mic of all time. Like, why are women trying to be men? Why are women so masculine now? You know, I've recently found out. Well, it's been a while now, but I recently found out that testosterone levels in men are dropping. I've known this for years, but it seems like recently I just found out it's getting worse. I think it's our diet, our behavioral trends, stuff like that, that's really influencing. And the reason I say behavioral trends is because it is shown in studies that men's testosterone levels drop when they have children or they're in a committed relationship. Their testosterone levels just drop. So behavior has a lot to do with it. But then women just are no more masculine, and they're more aggressive, and they want to be like men or better. And then you see the birth rate begin to drop and all that. And it just baffles me. You know, the current situation that we're in is amazing. There's racial divide is on the high. You know, the war between genders is on, and there isn't no 79 genders. There's only 2. There's only 2. That's so frustrating when I get on a plane or I sign up for a service or I subscribe to something and it asks me, am I male, female, or other, or prefer to undisclose, or am I non-binary? What kind of BS is that? I understand that we have to be accepting and inclusive of everyone. But this is like catering to the insane. Like we are literally forcing the average person to just accept the insanity of a small group of people instead of sticking to the norm that we've always stuck by. There's male and female. That's it. Who cares if the woman, hey, she looks like a man? Well, too bad. That's the hand you were dealt. Deal with it. The man looks very feminine and he's got long hair, so you can't tell. He's androgynous. You can't tell if he's a man or a woman because he's got long hair. You're like, is that a dude or is that a girl? It doesn't matter. The gender that you are is the restroom you should be going into. Recently, I mean, we're now in January of 2025, but in 2024, 2023, I want to say back to 2019, there was a huge issue with men presenting themselves as females and then going into the female restrooms. Now, I haven't heard much of that going on lately, as of late, but that should have never happened. There was actually a few stories where men were being creeps in the restroom. Because that should have never happened. But that's just so crazy, the times that we're living in. You would think that by 2025 we'd have a lot more sorted out, and it just doesn't seem that way. You know, war is on the forefront. People are warring against each other. Genders are fighting. There's a gender war going on. And then you have children there's more and more autistic children today. I don't know if I refuse to believe that many more children are autistic today. There may be an increase since the last couple decades, but the extreme increase that is being told to us today, I don't believe it 100%. I think a lot of it has to do with the pushing of pharmaceuticals, big pharma, as they call it, right? Because they want to push on us the most amount of medication they possibly can because it produces a lot of money, especially the side effects and the dependency that people eventually fall upon when they start consuming these pharmaceuticals, right? So it's just a never-ending cycle of medicine that they know they don't want to cure you, right? They want to keep, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, they don't want to cure you. They want to keep you perpetually on their medication because that's what keeps making them money. So I think these autistic children, I was talking to my sister about this the other day. My sister's actually very smart. She's a teacher. And and I was telling her, like, do you think that, let's say you take 100 children and you send them in for a psychological evaluation, right? How many of those children would be diagnosed with ADHD or autism or something like that? And the possibility is very high. I asked her, how many doctors do you think are really saying, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. You know, yeah, this is just, it happens around this age, or you're okay. No, it's not, this is not a big deal. You'll eventually grow out of this, or this is something, try practicing this, or read more of that, or do X or Y or Z. I don't think there's many doctors out there doing that. I think most of them just sit down. I've dealt with a lot of doctors myself, and I can say from my own anecdotal, evidence, that most of them just sit you down and they are not paying attention. They just hear one thing and it's textbook in their mind, and they just prescribe you a medication. So I think many children would walk into one of their clinics and they'd walk out with prescribed medication and then diagnosed with autism or ADHD or some other psychological, disorder. That is honestly like perfectly normal for children their age, that children of their ages did for many decades prior. But now it's a condition. Now it's a disorder. It's like, oh, this kid is obsessed with tree branches, and all he does is draw on dirt with tree branches, and he does that for hours a day, and I think there's something wrong with him. They take him in, and then the kid's diagnosed with some type of disorder that's just insane. Because now when you see the kid at 9, 10, 11 years old, the medication has affected the kid. His reaction might be slower. His thinking is different. His thinking is not natural. So they're kind of like zombified in a way. We live in a crazy world. We live in an evil world. And I think that a lot of people are oblivious to that. People give other people too much credit. Oh, they wouldn't do that. Oh, look at them. They're great people. Oh, this DEI agenda, it's for our own good. This is why they're doing it, because they're good. People think we live in like some type of unicorn-filled rainbows and sunshine, and like we live in this like beautiful bloom, like in a field of blooming roses. Like people, I've noticed this about people, that, and it's a bias. I don't know where it comes from, but most people are honestly terrible, or they exhibit terrible traits, terrible behaviors. They succumb to what's called the human condition. So most of us express poor behavior, and it is just, and I include myself in that. A lot of us, although some of us try to work on bettering ourselves, but in many cases, most people are just terrible individuals. They succumb to the lowest of the low when it comes to behaviors. They steal, they lie, they cheat, they betray their friends, their family. They do grimy, underhanded things. I mean, look how popular frivolous lawsuits have become, right? Like now people lie about being injured in a car accident so they can get a ridiculous amount of money from the insurance company. And then what happens is the insurance company turns around and now we got to pay a crazy amount of money for insurance, all because of these frivolous lawsuits, especially for me, because I live in California. It's worse here than I think I've seen in anywhere else. I mean, I haven't been to every state in the country, but from what I've seen and from what I've heard and what I read online, it just seems like California is like a cesspool of just frivolous lawsuits. It's crazy like that. But wow. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. You guys stay safe out there. I don't think I'm going to get another fight. It seems like nobody's on right now. This guy I just turned it on and this guy was on. So maybe I'll come back for another fight and I'll talk your ear off again. But yeah, guys, just stay safe out there. Don't trust people. They're going to let you down. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've lived long enough on this earth to know that most people are going to let you down. They're going to disappoint you. Every time you meet a person, say, that's a cool guy, or she's a very nice lady. Over time, something's going to happen. And it's going to completely, like, it's happened to me so many times. I see it happen to everyone. They're like, man, I thought he was cool. Man, I thought she was nice, but she did this and this and that. I'm like, in your head, you were creating something. You were making that person out to be someone they are not. Based off first impressions. By the way, first impressions are very powerful. you're making that person out to be better, more morally, sound, more, well-mannered or whatever it is, but you always idealize people until there comes a time where you're like, something happens and you go, what? And you're like, man, I can't believe this person. You know how many times I hear that? I can't believe he did that. I can't believe she would do me like that. I'm like, dude, that's because you're living in your head. You're thinking you live in a beautiful field of blooming roses with unicorns hopping around, rainbows and sunshine, and everyone's great and everything's peachy. In your head, what you fail to realize is that there's more bad in this world than good. Like, how many acts of kindness go viral? Why do you think acts of kindness go viral? It's not because it's common. It's because it's so rare. And even then, people question the validity, question the genuine, the what is the word? Genuinely question if the people question if the people committing the good act are even genuine. They're like, oh, that guy just did it for the looks, for the likes. He did it for the views. That guy, no, there's always like an underhanded. I'm glad that people are suspicious of that type of stuff, because most people are like, oh, look, oh, what a great deed, oh my God, like such an angel, bless him. And it's like, they don't even know, like Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast, who I just despise Mr. Beast. He just seems so fake. I've never watched this. I've watched one video actually, and I was just curious to see why are kids, I think it's mostly kids, watch him. But if you go ahead and watch, if you want like max cringe, go watch one of his first videos where he hands a homeless man $10,000. And if you believe he's being genuine, then you're lost. I mean, he's like, I just want you to have the money. Here. He's like, why, dude? What do you want me to do? He's like, this is for you. I just want to give it to you. Like, it's so disingenuous. And you can just tell that he did it for the views. He did it because he knew that if he gave away $10,000, that video would go viral and he would get way more than $10,000 in return. So he had a hidden motive. I would say a twisted motive. When people do that kind of stuff, they do good deeds, but in the back end, they're expecting a bigger return. That's a twisted person. That's not a good person. And from what I heard from all these people that used to work for Mr. Beast, they are basically just reinforcing what I had already believed about Mr. Beast. Jimmy or Timmy or whatever the hell his name is. Timmy or Jimmy. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, the world we live in, it's a cold, evil world. Don't be fooled. Stay wise, stay safe, and have yourself a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.